looking to shock the country today and knock off the #1 team.
Absolutely, and you've got a lot of players on this Memphis team that have got a ton of experience. They've been in high-pressure situations, a couple of NCAA tournament kids, and so you have everything that you need to be able to make history.
This is Bree Beal at the top of the circle. Kira Fletcher getting the start at the point once again for the Gamecocks. Cook inside the paint. Can't hit. And the rebound to Maddie Griggs. Griggs, she'll shoot from three. Maddie Griggs, 13.4 points per game this season. She's a 44% three-point shooter for the Tigers. She's a player, John, you can't give any space to.
Absolutely. You have to make sure that you have eyes on Griggs at all time, because once she sees it go in, she's very difficult to stop.
Saxton had good position in the post, couldn't hit from close.
That's exactly what you want if you're South Carolina, getting in that duck-in situation with Saxton where she can get busy. She just missed a lay.
Starting lineup for Memphis. First start of the season for Lynetta Williams. She's starting at the 5. And she gets the friendly roll.
And normally, Williams doesn't start. It's usually Wright. But Williams is going to bring a little bit more agility in that post position, the motor in that post position, as Wright's continually working to get herself back into game shape.
Quick hands from Maddie Griggs. Creates the turnover as you take a look at the starting 5 for the Gamecocks, the standard 5. Griggs checked by Cook. Now it's Boston. Griggs off the mark. Beal looks to push. She'll take it herself. Off the glass. No good.
That goal's got a lid on it right now for the Gamecocks.
Jefferson. Strong rebound from Kiera Fletcher. Gamecocks looking for their first points. It's Cook. Lynetta Williams squares, fires, no good. The rebound to Aaliyah Boston. Over 82 points per game, Memphis over 78. The whistle.
She came in with a ton of aggression right away.
Well, the foul starting to pile up early on for Memphis.
Solid ball screens. Out of inbounds plays, those can be automatic baskets if you just touch somebody.
Cook, speaking of automatic, there's Zaya Cook. Team leader in scoring, 13.6 per game. The floater, no good from Schutz. The follow-up. It's deflected by Beal. Cook ran into traffic. The 5th foul already against the Tigers. Zaya Cook, senior guard from Toledo, Ohio, 78% free throw shooter this season. For Coach Staley, she's been an all-SEC selection each of the last 2 seasons. Danielle Welch now running the point for the Tigers. She gives it to Destiny Jackson. Jackson runs into Boston. The 3 from Schutz is on the mark.
You have Schutz and Griggs, and Memphis can really spread the floor, which makes it a lot easier for them to do what they do, which is get into the paint. But it doesn't matter. It is absolutely nothing you can do. And I think that's what Coach Dawn Staley was talking about in her last interview, about simplifying things.
Boston has Memphis in plenty of foul trouble early on. We currently have Aaliyah Green in that spot right now. She's a forward, goes 6'1". She'll have to take on the 6'5 Boston. Schutz draws the foul.
I love those types of players that can just go get one when they need it. That's a skill.
Her season high is 21. That was against Southern Illinois. In and out on the second. And Boston tracks down the rebound. See if she can get that mid-range shot going today against the Tigers. Cook weaves her way inside and hits off the glass.
See, Zaya Cook always has that motor offensively to try to put pressure on the defense.
Welch. That's a great-looking shot from Danielle Welch, the freshman guard from Anderson, Indiana. Step back, got a little space. Fletcher looking to answer. She does.
Fletcher did a great job. You talked about it just a second ago against UCLA, being able to show that mid-range jumper. Either Cardozo is at the paint, defense on the perimeter to make it difficult for the post-entry pass.
Several of her players and many of her staff will talk about that a little later in the broadcast. That's a great look to Beal. Can't finish from in close. Still alive, Cardozo.
It's a cheat code, and you talked about Coach Staley staying on top of her in practice to make sure that she has that energy every time she steps out on the floor, because she is a game changer on both ends of the floor when she plays with the energy that she played against UCLA with.
Bree Beal tracks down the rebound off the miss from Griggs. Cardozo posting up the much smaller Green. Lynetta Williams over Boston.
You just go ahead and let her make that and take that shot.
Lynetta Williams, senior forward from Arlington, Tennessee. Gets them both. Good news for her. She's only a 42% free throw shooter coming in. Memphis doesn't shoot well from the line as a team. Boston inside.
Another beautiful duck in.
So much talent off the bench for South Carolina this season. Cardozo inside, a terrific feed from Boston.
Absolutely nothing you can do. Quick switch where Boston goes to the high post. Cardozo goes to the paint and then gets an easy basket off of a duck in.
There's a steal from Griggs. She'll pull up. Can't hit. Now Fletcher looks to push. Up ahead to Bree Hall. Hall takes on two Tigers.
Yeah, it just creates diversity in your lineups as far as just making sure that you have a ton of different options. With Saxon at the 4, they start in that regard. She now is coming off the bench and also impacting the game. You don't have any let off when it comes to bench play for South Carolina.
8 points for Cardozo. Raven Johnson in at the point for the Gamecocks.
Oh,
Boston.
Beautiful keep from Aaliyah Boston.
Now the senior forward from St. Thomas. Boston and Cardozo, both perfect from the field so far. Cardozo's 4 for 4, Boston's 2 for 2. They swing it to Johnson. Cardozo converts again inside.
Well, that's the thing, Cardozo knows.
Look at those numbers. Cardozo 10 and 5 in the first quarter. Brooks pulls up. She can't hit. Wright fighting for the loose ball. Instead, it's Raven Johnson. Under 10. Cardozo once again.
Beautiful pass from Raven Johnson there. Obviously, she is a capable stat stuffer, and you always have to be mindful of her passing ability. Second chances, she recruits, and when I saw her recruit in Chicago this past summer, and she was recruiting these teams.
Here's your player to watch. Shoots.
She does what she does. A definite playmaker.
6 points for Jamira Shoots. I like the Rondo comparison because she's a smaller player but gets most of her points.
I've seen her let it go and fill it up real quickly from the perimeter as well, but that usually opens up because of her ability to get downhill. And
here's Griggs. Checked by Hall. Instead, it's Jackson. Destiny Jackson, the junior guard from Lexington.
Spread them out a little bit, then see if you got it.
Gamecocks trying to snap a 6-0 run for the Tigers. Raven Johnson. Now Bree Hall. Watkins was asking for it underneath. They get it to her, and she converts.
Yeah, right now, Memphis is trying to wall up and stay in front. You still got to get the ball, get your hands on that ball somehow, and you can't do it.
There's Ami here defensively. Takes it herself.
Ami here, one of those players.
Take another look. Defense to offense for the Gamecocks, and it was all Ami here.
Look at that handle. Look at the ball control in the air.
There's Ami here once again with the steal and the finish.
I think last year media asked her, was she there yet? And she was just like, I'm getting close.
She was the first Canadian woman to dunk. And Ami here is taking over for South Carolina.
All that starting with South Carolina creating turnovers.
Runs into traffic, loses possession. It's Fletcher the other way. Up ahead, Watkins.
Yeah, Watkins had a little bit of issues, corralling that ball on the catch, and it messed with the shot a lot. To let them go and be what they could possibly be.
And when we start her, we don't have an experienced punch off the bench. This is Fagan. Sanaya Fagan, the sophomore guard from Ellenwood, Georgia.
Cardozo, and making it really difficult for her to get a entry pass, so she just drove.
Cardozo got a piece of the shot from right.
There's a half-court defense, then they run their offense.
Good look from right to Griggs. Again, in South Carolina defensively, that was Talasia Cooper. Cooper feeds Fagan. 28% so far from the field are the Tigers. There's the bounce for Schutz.
Yeah, obviously Schutz being a scorer, that's not luck, even though it touched every part of the rim. She just knows how to do it.
There's just no stopping Camila Cardozo. She has 14. She averaged 5.4 per game last season, up to 9.7 this season. The lead is 15. 10 seconds for Griggs. Now it shoots. She checked by Beal. Beal with the steal. Up ahead, it's Fletcher. And Beal with the follow.
Beal's one of the best two-way players in the nation for that very reason. She can guard multiple positions. I've seen her guard quick, shifty, small guards. I've seen her guard post players. She can guard anything.
Shot from Williams before the buzzer is short.
She's got great size. She's a big guard. She's physical. She hunts to create more opportunities for her team.
And she led the Tigers in steals last year. Played her freshman season at Wright State with Coach Merriweather. Williams, smooth stroke.
Yeah, Williams has played with a ton of energy.
They'll swing it to Raven Johnson. Saxton will show. Now Boston.
When she is on the floor, she's very impactful for the Tigers, and so doesn't know how to just not play physical.
There's Boston defensively against Jackson. 3 seconds for Griggs.
She hesitated as if she was going to drive and then just pulled up.
2 threes for Griggs. That's wrestled away by Saxton. 47-31 is our score in favor of the Gamecocks. This is Jefferson on the drive. Another opportunity, but she's up against Boston. She'll have to kick it out. Welch, good from 3.
And that was all because of Jefferson's ability to keep the ball alive. Even though she's small, she's one of the better rebounders for Memphis.
All-state player out of North Central High School. There's Jackson.
The nerves are really big, especially going into the first half.
Welch stops, pops. Can't hit. Fight for the rebound. And it's Riddick. Welch again, tough shot. Gets the friendly roll. And she has 11. This is Boston. Checked by Green.
Throw double teams from there. Just
Cardozo and Boston. She said it'll have to be a great team effort. Nothing they can really do one-on-one against those two. Boston has 14, tied for the team lead with Cardozo. It's a nice feed to Jefferson.
Yeah, that is actually one of the better offensive sets that Memphis runs, especially after they've hit that handoff a few times.
There's the height advantage for Cardozo. To have a player of that caliber and talent coming off the bench, she feeds a meteor.
I don't know why she doesn't get as much media attention, I guess, as that she deserves. Because we should be hearing about that. There's other things on ESPN that we see all the time. I want to see Aaliyah Boston on there more.
That was cooked to a meteor. So the lead is 19, a minute to go in the quarter. The rejection from Cardozo. Beal on the drive. Beal can't hit the first. Mentioned just the 1 point in the last 3 games coming into today, but she's been doing everything else. Team leader in blocks coming in. This is Griggs inside the arc, back out to Brooks. That one not close. Not a great pass.
You just saw Zia Cook try to shift the defense with one dribble, make him commit one side, and then all of a sudden make that pass to me here.
Time for Brooks. Fagan.
You know, last year, SEC Player of the Year, SEC Defensive Player of the Year. Lisa Leslie Award winner. Wooden Award winner. I mean, the list goes on. I'm just playing around here.
You have to play out the season. There's certainly other star players.
Impactful post players that do everything on the court, but then finishes up college and goes out into the professional world.
Riddick misses the second.
Nice little connection there where obviously it's not just luck that these players are so athletic.
Welch up ahead on the fast break, can't convert. So here's Bree Hall. One-on-one, it's Hall. The follow-up from Cardozo is good off the glass.
It's just too easy. That's way too easy. I mean, Cardozo just makes life easy for the Gamecocks, especially when the shot's not falling on the initial play.
She's a team high 18. Tough shot goes for Jada Wright, who's back in.
And that's what Wright was looking to do. That's just a part of it, but then they're constantly working in the paint. I don't know, like, you ever played pickup basketball before, Dave? Where she can do that on a consistent basis so that she can help her team more.
Destiny Jackson gets around a screen. Jackson. This is Cooper. She's guarded by Jackson. Hall in the corner. That's good. Rattles it in.
Riddick has done a good job of just working in that paint as an undersized post. She's been doing everything she can to keep that ball alive.
Back iron for Welch. Amihir up ahead to Hall. Nice move off the glass and in. Hall had a career high 14 last weekend against Hampton. And one for Destiny Jackson.
Try to force you to drive into help defense.
Here's Jackson. Great look to Jefferson. Draws contact. 2 shots for Jefferson. Misses the first. She takes a lot of pride in recruiting those kids and teaching them.
They're sitting on that line in those AAU tournaments as uncoachable. Gave you so many intangibles that could lead to a winning program.
Bree Hall gets it inside to Watkins. Faces, can't hit. And it's Welch leading the rush for Memphis. 3-pointer off the mark, and so here's Raven Johnson. Up ahead, it's Hall. Williams drives. Draws the foul. Williams hits the first.
They really want that sandwich.
They keep putting the promo up there. Tigers keep spoiling it. The look inside to Fagan. Welch will drive.
And it's good that she gets in these games like this to be able to figure it out and understand the pace and how referees are going to call things.
Welch, she's a playmaker, 16 and a half minutes off the bench.
You continue to see Jefferson's heart and soul. You couldn't deny it.
In and out for Thompson. Jefferson, tough shot coming into today, a 65% free throw shooter. Hits the first. She had 13 attempts from the line in that one. Johnson feeds Cooper.
Whether somebody's going to be open.
Coach Staley says she puts the ball where players should have it instead of where they want it. Fagan, first team All-American as a senior in high school, the number 4 overall player in the class of 21. In and out. I think that might be her first free throw miss of the season. It was perfect before that one.
She's a very versatile player. I mean, she can do a lot of things. I mean, she's got great, you can see it. I mean, she's out here just dancing around the basket here. I feel like she's buffing her stats a little bit, but she does a really good job of passing out of double teams too, which is, people don't put a premium on that, but she does a really good job of passing, and I think that was one of the reasons what Coach Don saw in her.
4 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock, so an opportunity for Watkins. Career high is 15. That came in the opener against ETSU. She's really efficient too, John. Came into today second on the team in field goal percentage.
Yeah, I mean, she's just taking what's given to her based on the circumstance. I think she could be really good in the upcoming season and obviously in the future for the Gamecocks.
Well, Welch will dribble it out, and South Carolina will pick up the win 79-54. The Gamecocks improved to 8-0 overall.